Right, the 24 series returns, and this time around we've come to the Stanwick Lakes complex, which is in the Nene Valley. It's 7:30 now. We got here at 7:15, and this is a 24-hour session. So I've got till 7:15 tomorrow morning to catch a carp, and I need to act fast because there are anglers turning up everywhere. We're fresh out of lockdown, and there's keenies all over the place. Approaching the kill zone, this one, and I am going to get this one as tight as I can. I'm going to lean to the point where I'm almost falling in. Angry old mirror carp. The lake's fishing shit apparently, so I really don't want to lose this fish. Don't look a bad fish. In we go. Right, the 24 series returns, and this time around we've come to the Stanwick Lakes complex, which is in the Nene Valley. I've only been here once before, and that was to see Jimmy on one of the other lakes. I think there's 5 lakes on this site, so plenty to choose from. One's a syndicate, but where I'm standing now is right in the epicentre of all the lakes. I've got Swan Lake to my left, I've got Coot Lake in front of me, we've got Mallard Lake to my right, and then Elsons and Roman are over the back. So there's water everywhere, but it is here that I'm going to start my session. It's 7:30 now. We got here at 7:15, and this is a 24-hour session. So I've got till 7:15 tomorrow morning to catch a carp, and I need to act fast because there are anglers turning up everywhere. We're fresh out of lockdown, and there's keenies all over the place. I've got a couple of areas in mind, and I need to not only secure a swim, but also bait a couple of spots because they're great to fall back onto later in the session. So without further ado, I'm going to dash. Right, so this is where I'm going to start. As you can see, I don't think this is a swim that gets fished very much, but it's clearly a swim. There's a jetty here. And in this corner, there's a set of snags, which the bailiff, when I spoke to him this morning, said fish have been using that a bit lately. And because this lake's very busy, there's already 10 anglers on when I got here. I'm sure they're going to be going in there for a bit of sanctuary. I can see the whole lake from here as well. So this is certainly going to be somewhere to start my trip. Who knows where I'll end up, but I'll be starting here. I'm going to have a little plonk around in this corner. It's quite snaggy. Well, it's not that bad to be fair, but there are branches about, and because it's an area that doesn't get fish, it's the sort of place that branches that sink to the bottom will end up staying there. So I'm just going to flick this lead around in here because I don't want to dump a rig into a load of twigs. So I'm just going to have a little investigate. Donk. Gravel, gravel, gravel. Right, so there is something halfway. I've pulled it back, pretty much clean gravel all the way, but halfway back it just locked up there, just glides over something. It's nothing major. I'd say there's going to be a few little twigs. This is crisp as anything. Also very shallow actually there. Having had a flick around, it became quite clear that most of the area is completely clean. It's very gravelly and you could pretty much present a rig anywhere, but there is the odd twig, as there was always going to be. But having leaded around in the area, I'm going to put 2 rods down and put one next to the trees, one off the trees. The closest one to the trees seems a little bit dirty, has a bit of leaf, definitely pop-up territory, and then the other rod, that should be sitting sweet on clean gravel. So a couple of different areas, one tight, one off, and I'm sure between the 2 of them, if any carp venture into that corner, we should have a pretty good chance of hooking one. Green giant. I'm just going to put a mixture of corn and gourley. In fact, I'm going to put a bit more, and I'm going to tip it out the spoon gradually, rather than having to ship the spoon in and out constantly. Get the spoon out there, tip half of it out. You can control how much bait you let out. So rather than just dumping it all in one go, fill the spoon up and tip it gradually onto the different spots. Just want to spread it along the trees. Not all in one area, I'm just going to dot it about, and that'll give me plenty of options when I come back just to flick rods over there. There we go. Bushwhacker. Who needs a bushwhacker? We've got the L whacker here. Right, I'm going to dump a little bit here. You just get that spoon. You see that? You'll see that it's coming out. And just rejig the pole. Bringing the pole back, redirecting it, chipping it back out, and then dumping it in a slightly different. So I've basically spread bait now all along that. Probably a 5-6 foot area rather than just one big pile. I am a bit of a pole master.